Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artist, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
Hello. Okay, so that's picking something up. Very, very sorry about this. How does that sound? Is that awful? How am I sounding? Sounds a tad muffly. Okay. Okay, wait. I don't need that. That's fine. We'll leave that. That's just background scratching too. Well, it should be this microphone, which is a wonderful microphone, and it's all plugged in. Just doesn't seem to be registering for whatever reason. I'll give you all apologies, and I'll try and work on it for just an extra second. Oh, come on now. Okay, it might just have to be that. It might just have to be that. Okay, it's coming from the, this is not good. This is not good. Goes. Well, I can't unplug anything from the back in order to plug this directly into the back of the thing. I can hear you well. Okay, well let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm sweating. I'm stressed. What else is new? What else is new? Let's turn the chat box off. Hello. I am not me, I am art, and I'm your host for I Am SmART, the quiz where people look to improve their art through learning and strive to earn the right to say I am smart. The format of the quiz is very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end, 20 points overall. All you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with and something to write on. Optional is a beverage. Where's my beverage? Here it is. Whilst it's nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast just to bring us all together, wherever we are in the world. Do you understand? Here we go. It's fine. To Dwayne Johnson. Yeah? To Dwayne Johnson. This week, Mr. Johnson confirmed that he is back in the Fast and the Furious franchise after leaving it over a feud with Vin Diesel. And in doing so, Dwayne has taught us all that it's always possible to let bygones be bygones and forgive people. If Dwayne can forgive Vin, then you can forgive your sister. Sure you can. I mean, you might not have the prospect of a multi-million-dollar job and a return to a more reliable ensemble franchise after some commercial and critical missteps that have caused your stock to fall and to people to question whether you can help your own franchise, but still, it doesn't cost anything to turn the other cheek, guys. Unless, of course, you are the producers of the Fast and the Furious, who, I imagine, have paid handsomely. To Dwayne the Johnson Rock. Cheers. Got a double dip for number 1. I'm taking this off. It's too flippin' stressful to have the big jacket on. We're just going to have to pop it onto there. So you still get it still dazzles, it still excites. I don't know why this is still here. Don't need that. Oh, this is terrible audio. And it's just going to bother me for the entire show. So just, if I seem at all frustrated, or why is that not working? It just should be. It just should be. Unbelievable. Last week, the high point scorer was definitely not Duda. Says the driving. So, it's not necessarily the ideal circumstances for definitely. But we do have some rounds. These will not be up to date. These are the rounds that this is the last thing I was looking to do before going live. We're not doing Who Dat Artiste. That's out. Anagram Ding Dong similarly. But we do have... Oh, I hate this. I hate being unprofessional for you guys. I really do. What do we have that we didn't have last time? Alphabet. Absolutely. I kind of can't... Yeah, that's... I know that voice. That's it. I know that voice. Okay. So these are our rounds. Definitely, if you are listening, then your optional rounds are as follows. Look Close, Haikusday, Iconic Art, Nart, Red Herring, Gimme 5, Notme Wood, Spotlight, Yay or Nay, Movie Ladder, Alphabet, or I Know That Voice. Gosh, it's a large amount of rounds, isn't it? Oh, definitely, it's already gone. Movie Ladder. Done. Movie Ladder. Simple. It can be that simple. But we've still got 2 more rounds to choose, guys. Still got 2 more rounds to choose. So let's choose them, shall we? Let's get rid of the rounds. Let's start picking some more. All the blues. couldn't hear that, so that's why the timing may have been a tad off. Hello, Killer Kilch. Hello, Killer Kilch. You may have noticed a slight audio difference with me. It's because 18 months for Killer Kilch. Thank you so much. Oh, that's another piece of water. There we go. That's how that works. Thank you so much, Killer. That's very generous. I appreciate that a great deal. So we have got Movie Ladder. Yeah, that's pretty good. We've got Look Close, the triumphant return of Look Close. Look Close hasn't been selected for months, I want to say. I want to say months. And then the final one was, what was it? Iconic Art. Okay. So maybe we'll go Iconic Art, then we'll go Movie Ladder, then we'll go Look Close, which means let's kick off. Thank you guys for the vote of confidence of beating Britain's Got Talent. It's a wonderful show. Nothing against the guys, but yeah, I do. Look Close is going to be rough for us today. Oh, of course, focusing on the road. Yeah, that's tricky. That's going to be tricky. You'll just have to describe every single thing that you see. Let's do some iconic art, shall we? Let's get iconic, if we may. There's no reason why it's not working. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. Iconic art. Let's have a look at the intro for iconic art. Identifying visual art is key, guys. Paintings, movies, movie posters, album covers, drawings of stuff that I've done. And iconic art, we examine them all. I'm going to show you 5 works of visual art. You just need to tell me what they are. That's all you need to do. Bow, there we go. There's the instructions in the chat. Okay, so do we have a topic for this one? We do have a topic for this one. We do have a topic for this one. And the topic is simply this. Notme draws landmarks. So all of these will be drawings that I have done, renderings, if you will, of landmarks, famous landmarks from around the world. I believe I've given you the initials of them as well, just to make it super duper easy. You just need to let me know for each of these what landmark have I drawn. It should be pretty easy because I'm an excellent drawer. Number 1, guys. Here we go. Number 1. What's that, guys? What is that? What's that? Gosh. It's tricky, right? It's tricky. Or is it? Who knows? Who knows? Let's go number 2. ADT. What is that? What's going on there? Let's go number 3. SN. Gosh, this is another tricky one for anybody driving. The Lords of Fate have not been in your favor, definitely, and Nana. But you know, it's you've been on a bit of a tear recently. You are some of the more prolific Smarties. So maybe you needed an extra challenge. Maybe you needed 2 intensely visual rounds that you couldn't see anything on. Maybe that's what that's what you needed. Number 4. Interesting. Please be careful, though, definitely, and Nana. If you did crash and perish, that would break my heart. because you are, you know, that's 2 viewers down, and I can ill afford to lose any. So let's really make sure that we're being smart and safe. And if you haven't already, just click on those seatbelts. There we go. And the final iconic art, final Notme draws of this round, a world landmark, but what is it? Tricky. You'll notice that I made the call for these because, you know, if I'd have really put everything into these, it would have just been like looking at photos and you think, well, what's the point ultimately? So I made the concerted effort, and it's the concerted effort that I make often with iconic art and the Notme draws versions of it, to really not spend too long on the pictures, really just try and push through them. Killiculture, have you been to all of these iamnotme, iamart? I haven't been to all of these. I've been to some, but not all. Some of these are just places that I would like to go. If I hadn't been to a place, I would like to go to it, with the possible exceptions of certain parts of Antarctica, very inhospitable. Where else wouldn't I like to go? Some of the Taliban-controlled areas of Afghanistan and surrounding countries, and obviously hell. But if it's not one of those 3, probably I would like to go and see it. There we go. That's those are all 5. If you need to see any of those again, do let me know. But whilst you are doing that, let's get into that musing. And the musing is very simply, if you had to live in a world-famous landmark for 1 year, which landmark would you live in and why? I'll read it again. If you had to live in a world-famous landmark for 1 year, this isn't a lifelong commitment, just 1 year, which landmark would you live in and why? Killiculture, I hear hell is pretty hot. Yeah. I don't do particularly well in very hot climates. I do generally hit triple digits with my SPF just to make sure that my skin remains in its alabaster beauty. And in hell, I imagine I'd be topping 500 with the SPS. And you just have to be reapplying all the time, blah, blah, blah. Plus the devil. And there we go. There's the first round done, guys. There's the first round done. This terrible, terrible audio. I'm gonna try one thing, guys. I'm gonna try one thing. Bear with me 2 seconds. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm behind the green screen, guys. Oh no. I can see something's going wrong with this lab. Okay. A little bit of entertainment for you at least, whilst I was away. Let's see. Oh no, of course, because that's... What was the musing for round 1, asks Definitely. I'll pop it in the chat just so you can read it as well as see it. No, I've got it written down, haven't I? Gosh, I don't know why I'm doing that. Bosh, in the thing, bang, there we go. Let's see. No. Why is that not working? Makes absolutely no sense. maybe BGT wouldn't have been such a bad idea. What are we doing next? Oh, we're doing movie ladder. Yeah, movie ladder. Let's move it straight along, guys. Let's move it straight along. Movie ladder, guys. Movie ladder, your favorite and mine. Nice and simple, nice and straightforward. All art is connected, okay? Paintings and radio jingles and caricatures and impressions of animals, they're all connected, okay? And another example of that is movie ladder, okay? I'm going to give you 5 movies, or 6 movies, I believe. And in between each rung of those ladders, I'm going to need you to give me an actor. The actor will have to be in the film above and in the film below, okay? And thus, we travel up and down the movie ladder. And this one is started off with a big recent release. Let's just see the movie ladder. Let's load it up. Let's load up the ladder. Here we go. It's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 at the top. It was the biggest movie in the world for a while. So I thought, yeah, we'll go in on that one. Next down, we've got Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, or Knives Out film. The sequel to Knives Out. Then we've got Bad Moms. Underneath that, we've got Black Swan. Underneath that, we've got Thor. And underneath that, we've got Star Trek. And this is the Star Trek from 2009, I believe. The movie ladder again, Guardians of the Galaxy, Glass Onion, Bad Moms, Black Swan, Thor, and Star Trek. We're starting and finishing with science fiction films, okay? Science fiction films. You just need to let me know which actors fit into these areas. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's all there is. Okay? I just can't let it go. I cannot let it go. Is there such a thing as a show being too technologically advanced? Too many incredible elements to it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. How are we doing, guys? How are we enjoying ourselves? How are we enjoying this crunchy, terrible audio? Are we enjoying it? Definitely a change, gamer. I appreciate you hanging in there. I really do. Lord knows I do. Doing well. Good, TV. Pleased to hear it. I didn't say hi to everybody, did I? Sarah Kilch, hello to you. It's been a while. M. Acton, hello to you. SJ Beck 72, love it. How you doing, guys? Maple Panda, wonderful to see you. Excellent, excellent, all round. Wow. Okay. Super Nash Fan 8, joy at Iconic Art round, swiftly followed by crushing disappointment at Movie Ladder round. Well, every difficult round is an opportunity to learn. So, are we all done with Movie Ladder? Let's move on to the musing. We're going to need a musing for this. And the musing is very simply, If you were in a ragtag space gang that included a talking animal alien thing, I'm thinking Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 with the character of Rocket Raccoon, what animal would you want to team up with? Also name it. Why not? So we are putting you into a Guardians of the Galaxy style thing. I don't believe there are any anthropomorphic animal aliens in Star Trek, at least not in the film. Very probably in the TV show, because that went on for about 50 years. But if you were in a ragtag space gang that included a talking animal alien thing, so we are thinking Rocket Raccoon, it's essentially just an animal that they say is it's an alien. What animal are you going for, and what's its name? That's what we want. What's the animal? What's its name? Gamerhole, I know most of the films, but not well enough to get an actor, sadly. That's a shame. That's a shame, because, of course, the actor is the specific thing that we're asking for here. That is a shame that is the thing that is eluding you. But never mind. Never mind. We go again, as the kids say. We move on. We'll turn them to green. Turn them to green. We'll get a good look at them. Fabulous, fabulous. And that's the round done. Oh, when we go back to main, it's going to kick off with the... going to do the pick and the round thing again, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. Here we go. Woo! 2 down, 1 to go, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. The crunchiest audio you have ever heard in your life. I'm just going to drive myself insane with that. Let's just try one more. Let's just try, because if I don't try, then how will I ever succeed? There's a lesson for you. There's a lesson for you right there. We must try in order to succeed. Let's get rid of this. That's just not going to... Absolute joke. Absolute joke. So that is the camera, so we can't take that out. That is the hard drive that's providing a lot of the assets for this. That is the bus that is doing another thing, and that's fine, and another thing, and that's fine. But it's also doing the, so that's it? That's all of them? No, and then that one's going into that, but then that's not really doing anything. So what? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. That's it. That's it. That's all there is. Let's go with the last round, guys. Final round. We have, it's the welcome return. The welcome return. I'm going to pop these back on because I want to see it as well. It's look close. So, sometimes you just need to chuckle gamely at Lady Luck, don't you? And the look close round, guys, it's all about you paying attention. Okay, you need to keep your eyes open. There is inspiration flying at you at all times. How are you going to feel if a spellbinding idea just passed you by and you didn't even realize because you were too busy daydreaming about the fact that Nelly Furtado named her 2001 album, Whoa, Nelly, really annoyed. That's how. So I'm about to show you some incredible art. And when I do, I want you to look close. Okay, so there's going to be questions about it afterwards. So the art that we have, the video that we have is, it's called, what's it called? Wild Chicago. Wild Chicago. It's old. It's VHS is what it is. From the fine people at the Found Footage Fest. And if you don't know what that is, you should look it up. But it's going to be quite fun. And it's going to teach you a little bit about Chicago. So let's just get on with it. Let's just enjoy Wild Chicago.
Hello, I'm Ben Hollis, your host for the next 30 minutes. Tonight, we're going to take a look at another side of town maybe you're not familiar with. The unusual side of town, the offbeat, the unorthodox. Tonight, I'm going to show you a part of town I like to call Wild Chicago. Want to throw a party your friends will never forget? Why not hire these guys from Windy City Amusements? George, how's this game work?
Okay, what you gotta do, you gotta stick a poster. All right, once you stick a poster, you win it.
All you gotta do is stick a poster.
That's it. Hit it and get it. If this game ain't easy, fried chicken ain't greasy, partner.
This is the Rocco plane. It's real popular with the young crowd today.
Yeah, my father once went to Riverview in the 30s and walked across a dead body.
We got no dead bodies here, man.
Next time you get twisted on Rush Street and have a mad craving for donuts, stop by Dearborn and Division and a guy they call Piranha Man. Piranha Man, what are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of here?
Well, I sing, I dance.
Sing for me, won't you?
Well, what's your name?
I'm Ben.
Ben, okay. Ben, I love you. You are a most wonderful man. I love you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Is that an original tune?
I have so many different tones.
Yeah.
Yes.
You dance too now, huh?
Oh, sure, I dance. I
Dance?
dance, but not alone, with girls.
Ah.
Those letters concerning to my fans. If you read something, she said, "Hi, Piranha Man, baby, I love you. Eat me."
If you've ever listened to off-duty cop Joe Casala before, you'll know why we've asked him to be a regular feature on the show. Take it, Joe.
It's a beautiful day in a neighborhood, a beautiful day in a neighborhood. Won't you be, won't you be, won't you be my prisoner? Here we are leaving the 14th District lot again. And we're going to go adventuring to the Oak Theater, one of the two burlesque houses left in the city.
Joe, introduce me.
Oh, this is Misty. She's a former dancer. She took a leave of absence for a while, for obvious reasons. She's a child now. But she's one of the better performers here at the Oak Theater.
You don't need reservations for this dining car, where good food meets model railroading. Snackville Junction, 11016 South on Western Avenue in Beverly. Are they considering one of those high-speed bullet trains for the future here?
I have no idea. Yeah. I have no idea. That would be up to the owners.
Snackville. They keep on calling. They keep on hanging out.
Who's calling? What's going on?
Call for Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood's number is 3131 and ours is 1313, and they always get it goofed up.
Is this working? It is working. Okay. We got it. We got something, guys. I don't need a monitor, though. There we go. So, as Killer Kilch said, this is so much info. It is lots of info. Lots going on there. But hopefully you're able to pay attention 100% to every single second of it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed as we go for question number 1. Let's see what we've got. Lots of moustaches, says Monkey Pigsy Funk. Absolutely. Lot of those beautiful Midwestern Chicago accents. Let's see what I'm expecting you to remember. Question number 1. What was the T in the Wild title? Wow, that seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it? I mean, it was a long time ago that I wrote these questions, I will say, so I've got absolutely no idea what's coming up. But the T in the Wild title was something, and it was made up of different things, and we're going to see whether you remember what it was. So this is more of a visual one. Let's go for question number 2. What did the Darts In posters Carney have on his forehead? So there's a Carney who said, "Just got to get the darts in the posters. The darts in the posters. That's all you got to do. You win the poster if you get the dart in the poster." But he had something on his forehead. What did he have on his forehead? Can you remember? I hope so.
We got question number 3. In what decade did the presenter... That's rough. In what decade did the presenter's father find a dead body in Riverview? Can you remember? I may be asking too much of you here. But I'm asking too much of all of you. So if somebody is able to rise to the challenge, then there's a great advantage available to you. I enjoyed personally how funny the guy thought finding a dead body was. I enjoyed that quite a lot. It is wild Chicago after all. Number 4, what donut shop does Piranha Man work in? We all remember Piranha Man, of course. Sung that wonderful song, didn't he? Impromptu, I believe. But what donut shop did he work in? M. Acton is foundfootagefest.com, a genuine website. It is. It's run by a couple of wonderful guys who have appropriated a huge archive of oddities and interesting VHS art, if I can describe it as such. They also do live shows. I think that's mainly for the US, though. I'm not sure they've been internationally touring, but you never know. You send them a nice enough email. They seem like lovely chaps. And then number 5. Who was the wrong number telephone call at Snackville Junction for? So they phoned Snackville Junction, but they were hoping to reach somebody else. Can you remember who they were hoping to reach? Definitely not who to follow them on Instagram. Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful work from the guys. Do you have any favourite clips, definitely? Any favourite clips that you can remember seeing on their Instagram? And then the musing for this round, you saw it a little bit at the beginning, but you're going to see it a little bit more now. Name one destination in the Wild Blank video where the blank is your hometown. Okay, so this is a little bit of personal information that I'm hoping for here. I'm not fishing, I promise you. But I want you to think about this. That was Wild Chicago. Obviously, they've gone to the donut shop and the fun fair and Snackville Junction, etc. But if there was a wild your hometown video, where would they go to? What's a wild place from your hometown? What would it be? Definitely says, I feel that like there are some good video dating ones. There are some wonderful video dating ones. People looking for love, hoping to find it, sometimes taking odd routes to that, odd approaches to that, really making it very idiosyncratic, their approach, which is really good, I think, if you're going for a video dating thing. I don't believe they really have them so much anymore. I suppose that's Tinder these days. But be unapologetically you, because then you know, obviously you're going to be impacting the number of matches you might get. But then if you do get that match, you know they're here for you, baby. They're not here for anybody else. You're not putting on airs and graces to try and lie, essentially. You're saying, this is me, take me as I am, or leave me forever. And there we go. Let's go back to main. Guys, we did it. We did it. And there was only 2 rounds that we didn't have the... I mean, how much better is this? How much better is this? Is this a lot better? I hope it is. I don't know why this is working and the other one isn't working. Oh, thank you, Killer. That's lovely. Look at all of that good stuff. Look at it. Kapows and that is arts and popcorns and microphones. All kinds of good stuff. It's a lot better. Thank you, TB. Thank you, Killer. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. I mean, longtime fans will recognize this as the original SmART microphone. It is, of course, the Rock Band microphone. Thank you, TB. Oh, look at that lovely array of my face and Jesus' face and some hearts. Monkey Pixie Funk. Yeah, we're going classic. We're going retro with this. We're going absolutely retro with this. Stop sucking up to the host. You followed exactly your template there. A lot of emotes and saying that the microphone is better. You know, let's not discourage sucking up to the host, okay? What's that face doing? Gosh, let's move on. Should we get some answers, guys? Should we get some answers? Let's get some answers. What was the first round? Iconic art. Oh yeah. Let's get some answers,
star
guys.
signs to people in adverts.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that. Gosh. After 18 months, I still don't have those emotes. I want your face. Thank you, Killer. I appreciate that. I believe it's on a tier basis. I think TB is very kindly is a tier 3 subscriber. I'm not sure how much money that is, but it's all gratefully received and gleefully spent. So I believe I think it's the words, then it's my face, and then it's Jesus' face at the top. I believe that. Oh, just rubbing it in now. Just rubbing it in now there. My word. My word. That felt like a very direct set of emotes there from TB. The musing for iconic art was, if you had to live in a world-famous landmark for 1 year, which landmark would you live in and why? I don't want you to say it out loud, guys. Because the thing is, if you say it out loud, I can't hear it. Very simply, I want you to get it in the chat. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Killer. Thank you, Killer, for adding to that barrage. Gosh. So get your musing answers in the chat while we go through some of these answers. Q1, GS. What would that be? GS. That is, of course, a wonderful minimalist rendering of the Great Sphinx. The Great Sphinx. Look at it there. All noseless. How does it smell? Terrible. Number 2. ADT. What is that? ADT. ADT, that is, of course, going French-wise, it's the Arc du Triomphe. The Arc du Triomphe. If you haven't spelled it right, guys, just be kind to yourself, yeah? Just be kind to yourself if you haven't spelled it correctly. We're all just looking to do our best here, yeah? And it's written in a whole other language, so just be kind to yourself. Number 3, SN. SN. This one's probably the easiest for long-term fans because, of course, this is my former neighbor, the Space Needle. Look at it there. Majestic. Do you want to know the truth? I miss it every day. I miss the Space Needle every day. I miss looking up and seeing it there, all old-fashioned and futuristic. What a beautiful, beautiful piece of kit. Absolutely fabulous. IMHO, biased, sure, but I think it's up there with the absolute best. I think it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Just the simplicity of it, just can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it. Number 4, we have SBC. This one could be a bit trickier, guys. This one, I imagine you know it. You know where it is, but you might not necessarily know what it's called. It kind of looks like ice creams, kind of looks like a toy thing. It is in Moscow, what the Americans would refer to as Moscow, and it is St. Basil's Cathedral. St. Basil's Cathedral. So well done if you got that one right. That one was, I think, quite tricky. St. Basil's Cathedral. I think that one's one that you either know it or you don't. And then this one, again, I think you probably have an idea. Oh, I recognize that. I know the rough part of the world that that's in. Maybe you know the name of the country that it's in. But if you know that's not going to get you the point. The point is for the name, and the name is Chichen Itza in Mexico. Looks wonderful, doesn't it? Absolutely fantastic. Just a great example of just triangles, but also squares. Yeah, it's triangles, but it's also squares. And that's what gives it its power. 1 point for each of those that you got right. Congratulations if you got a decent chunk of them. Some of them are quite tricky, I believe. The musing is, if you had to live in a world-famous landmark for 1 year, which landmark would you live in and why? Let's have a little look at this. Supernashwan8 says, the White House. Have a feeling it'd be fairly comfortable. I believe it would. I believe it would. Probably bulletproof. Probably with a lot of secret compartments. Yeah, plush, certainly, all mod cons. But if you were living in the White House, but you weren't the president, you weren't involved in the American government, would that be awkward? Would it be difficult because there'd be so many Secret Service men and women around? There may be some issues. It's not just about lovely, comfy sofas. I will say that. But lovely nonetheless. Great choice. TB Douglas, La Sagrada Familia from Barcelona. I like a fixer-upper because, of course, it is unfinished. La Sagrada Familia. Let's maybe go back to Maine. Actually, we might want to have a little look at some of these. See what we can find. La Sagrada Familia. Do we have it? We have examples. See. There we go. There we go. Sagrada Familia. Let's have a look at the images. Beautiful. Absolutely fabulous choice there. Yes. Yes. Image sizes. Let's get a nice big one. Let's get a nice big one. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. Good choice, TB. Would you maybe go right at the top? It'd be some wonderful, wonderful views from up these ones. Wonderful views there. It has a wonderful kind of organic feel to it, doesn't it? A wonderful organic feel, even though it is man-made and is in the process of being so. Let's see if we can... Oh, there we go. That's what I was after. That's what I was after. Wonderful little look inside. Oh, no. Look at that. Look at that. Fabulous. Kind of looks like a tree in there. Kind of looks a bit like a tree. There's detailing up here. Ooh, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. Down there, big chair, sits TB, eating her breakfast. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. What else have we got? What else have we got? Definitely not Duda. Wow, Stonehenge. A year of camping? A year of camping, definitely. I would dress in a robe and wander around and freak people out. Pretty easy. Pretty easy to do at Stonehenge. People are kind of in that realm anyway. I think we could all well, I wouldn't want to say that we all agree, but I will say for myself, my favorite henge. Look at that. I mean, you'd get some views there, wouldn't you? You'd get some sunsets and some sunrises, but just also a lot of people noodling around, looking to take photos, just bothering you, just hassling you. And then would you maybe kind of drape over a thing, like creating some kind of pillow fort, as we all did as children? I mean, there's questions to be answered, definitely, but it's lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Killer Kilch, Big Ben, and I would create a remix for the bells. That's interesting. That's very interesting indeed, to create a little extra kind of tune so people know, oh, if the bells are rocking, don't come knocking, because Killer is watching her stories. Could be that. Could be that. That's a nice choice. That's a nice choice. Maple Panda, you could live in the Big Ben Tower, let down your hair like Rapunzel. Interesting. That's another option. SJ Beck 72, Sydney Opera House. It would be fun to live in an armadillo. It would be fun to live in an armadillo, wouldn't it? But a very well designed armadillo with perfect acoustics. I have to say, I'm not sure I've ever seen it in the interior of it, what it looks like inside. Oh, grand. That's very grand. That's lovely, lovely stuff. Sydney Opera House tickets, no, we don't want that. We don't want that. Obviously, that's not what we want. Obviously, that's not what we want. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah. And you could hang around up there in the definitely not Duda type situation and do a kind of Phantom of the Opera style freaking people out. I'm not saying it's fun to freak people out, but it certainly creates an experience for them, doesn't it? Certainly creates an experience. Monkey Pixie Funk, Great Pyramids of Giza. Because I am a geezer, I would make sandcastles outside and sell ice cream. So we're looking at a little bit of a kind of a life plan working out here. Thinking, well, yeah, I'm living there, but how am I going to make my scratch selling ice creams? Not sure how the sandcastles fit into that, but lovely to think. Maybe you could just be one of those people who make fancy sandcastles all day, just has a little pot out, says, if you like the look of this, just sling me some money, sling me some Egyptian pounds. Just slip me a couple of pounds here, guys. No problem. Lovely says. Nana says Alcatraz, so he can reenact Michael Bay's The Rock every single day. And who could blame you, Nana? Who could blame you? Your green flare budget would be quite high. Be a high green flare budget, but you would be able to greet every single person who enters every single tour group with the iconic "Welcome to the Rock." You'd really be able to work on that Sean Connery impression. A lot of good opportunities for creating experiences for people. That's real nice. Sarah Kilcher would live at Mount Rushmore with the spirits of those left behind by destruction and colonialism, vowing to vindicate my forgotten friends through acts of minor criminal acts. Wow. Sarah Kilch, bringing a bit of harsh reality to this. Yeah, destruction. Yeah, colonialism. Although it does also bring, technology and so forth. But generally, on the whole, I would say it's bad. Vindicate my forgotten friends, yeah. And close to Mount Rushmore, there is the Crazy Horse monument that maybe be a little bit more in that realm. Maybe be a little bit more in that realm. By living within Rushmore, there could be accusations made that you're siding with the colonialists. Whereas if you go with the Crazy Horse, yeah, and you can work on it because it's still being built, then maybe that's something that could, really lean into that. Virtue signaling. Real good stuff. Real good stuff. Enjoyed that a lot. Emma Acton would live in the Abbey on Mont Saint Michel, and I'd have to modernise the nuns and monks' choir and thus live out my Sister Act dreams. Great stuff. Great stuff. Mont Saint Michel. I have to say I'm not familiar with it. I do have to hold my hands up to that. Mont Saint Michel. What do we say? Abbey. Abbey. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Oh, fabulous. Oh, fabulous stuff. Yep. That's only a small picture, but let's go with only extra large pictures. These are the benefits that you get from using Microsoft Bing, the finest image search in the world. For me, it's absolutely top notch. Look at that. Yeah. And maybe get the nuns also, once we've done the choir. The choir's good, the choir's sorted. Maybe then move into the world of sand racing. Yeah, get some dune buggies and really open those puppies up. Look at that. Wonderful stuff. Stuart Seaton would live in Buckingham Palace. Sure, the beds would be comfy. Absolutely. Nothing but the best for the king now. I was about to say the queen, but... she's up there with Paddington, isn't she? Paddington Bear would drop in from time to time. Absolutely. Little marmalade sandwiches to go. Maple Panda, what about the corn palace with the corn on top? Maybe unlimited hot buttered. I mean, gosh. You're preaching to the choir. You want to talk about sucking up to the host. This is one of my favorite places I visited in my cross-country travels. It's the only corn palace. The world's only corn palace in Mitchell. Look at that. It's just a great place. Oh, come on. I said extra large, didn't I? I did say extra large, so why are we doing that? Let's do this one. Look at that. Yeah. It's all corn. All of this corn on the outside. Husks and sheaths and actual corn. Oh, it's fabulous. And it's saluting Youth Activities 2012. Absolutely fabulous place. Maple Panda, that's top notch. Absolutely top notch. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Where do we go from here? Good Lord, where do we go from here? It was, of course, the movie ladder. Movie ladder. The musing was, of course, if you were in a ragtag space gang, including a talking animal alien thing. What's the alien? What's the alien's name? Get it in the chat, guys. Let's go through the answers to this. So this is the movie ladder. We had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and we had Glass Onion. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and Glass Onion. The shared DNA between those two films, as I believe, and again, whilst I have made every effort to make these the only answers that could be used, it's very possible that there are multiple answers. Please do let me know. We can have a check. It'll be all good. But what I was going for was Dave Bautista. Dave Bautista, who plays Drax in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, very funny, and plays kind of a right-wing gun guy in Glass Onion. Just as funny. Then Glass Onion and Bad Moms. This one's maybe a little bit tricky. Bad Moms has Kristen Bell. It has Mila Kunis, two very famous ones. It's got a slightly less famous one, which is the one that I'm going for here, from Glass Onion as well. It is Catherine Hahn, the wonderful Catherine Hahn. So well done if you got that one right. That one was quite tricky, I believe. Bad Moms and Black Swan, we've already mentioned her. It is Mila Kunis. Black Swan and Thor. Who's the other one in Black Swan? And who is the lady in Thor? It is Natalie Portman. The tiny Natalie Portman. Really can't stress enough how small she is. And then the final one, Thor and Star Trek. Again, this is the 2009, the J.J. Abrams Star Trek. But in a tricky twist, he's only in it for the first few minutes. It is, of course, Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth. So well done if you got all of those right. Some of them pretty tricky. And if you're not thinking in the right way, then it just, you either get it or you don't. Some of these are quite tricky, but I like to challenge you guys, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Let's get rid of these. Let's get this musing back up there, and let's go through them. If you were in a ragtag space gang that included a talking animal alien thing, what animal would you want to team up with? Also name it, why not? Let's see what we've got. Definitely not due to go with Rad Panda, the red panda. Beautiful, very cute animal. Very cute animal, as we all saw in the Disney Pixar film Red. A rad panda, I'm thinking skateboard, I'm thinking do-rag, I'm thinking sunglasses up the wazoo, and a real bad attitude if you're somebody who's in a position of authority. I say, Rad Panda, you need to put your seatbelt on because we're about to leave on the flippin' spaceship. He says, nah, bro, I'm cool. And then just does like a kick flip and just skates off. And it's got Rad Panda. Something like that. Something like that. Nana would go with Biscuits the Beaver. Biscuits the Beaver. Biscuits is a lovely name. I'm enjoying that immensely. Biscuits the Beaver, yep. Thinking a lady biscuits, lady biscuits certainly, with a building very construct, maybe in a kind of a lady mechanic beaver. I think that works. Lady biscuits, the lady beaver. Killer Kilch would go with a penguin named Pete. He never died. He just went to space. You want to talk about sucking up to the host, a reference to a fantastic song that I created years ago called Penguin Pete. If you haven't listened to it, make sure you YouTube it. It might just change the way you approach dancing forever. Let's see if we can get a little link to that. This is how difficult it is to find things. Penguin Pete, imaginosphere. That's always the good word to Notme. Let's see what we've got. Did we get it? We did get it. Fabulous. Okay. Let's pause that. Let's get that link. No. I paused it. Don't worry. There we go. If you haven't watched it, do yourself a favor, for God's sake, and let's have a little watch. And a lovely continuation of the storyline. Yeah, he didn't die. He just went up to space. We thought he died, much like they did to Chris Pratt in the Guardians of the Galaxy films. Thought he was dead. Turns out he just went to space. Tale as old as time. Super Nashman 8, Marvin the Meerkat, lovely stuff, always on high alert, would also be very amusing if The Lion King has taught us anything. Yeah, very sarcastic, always kind of giving it gift of the gab, I think, from Marvin the Meerkat. If we're taking The Lion King at its face value, probably Jewish, which would bring in a lovely kind of welcoming and inclusive environment into your ragtag group of space gang, and it means that you would get a lot of time off in September because the Jews do have a lot of holidays in September. But for the rest of the time, would be very diligent, very hardworking. Great choice. T.B. Douglas, Ophelia the octopus. I like the alliteration there. Should be handy and deadly. She would be handy. 8 handy. Really, really nice there. A deadly octopus. I mean, if we're including the shooting stuff, I mean, in space, that would be very spectacular. Maybe it would be different colored clouds of things because it is also an alien. Several knives, have lots of knife fights in space. It's not always what you see, but maybe it could be with Ophelia. That's great. The girl circled Shreubert the Tawny Shrew. He can use his stink gland to disable enemies. I'm loving these extra pieces of information, guys. That's really impressive. Shreubert is an incredible name as well. Really, really enjoying that. Use his stink gland. So I'm picturing some kind of skunk type situation where it's kind of a spray. Anything else, we would have to really consider whether we're going to hit that all-important PG-13 rating. If the use of a stink gland pushes us into R, it's really going to hurt our the breadth of our potential audience there. People won't, people think, well, R-rated, I'm not going to bring the kids to that, even though they can in America. Crazy. But yeah, using those stink glands, that's maybe something I don't want to bing. SJBX72, Arnie the Space Armadillo. Space Armadillo, that's great. There's a wonderful line in terms of being able to whip Arnie in places. That kind of creates a kind of battering ram type situation. And in space, when there's no friction within the air to slow him down, he's really picking up some great speed, and he is just tearing apart the hulls of other ships. Really nice. Monkey Pixie Funk, Gary the Hippo, sit on people. It's interesting. I would sit on people. So the question is, who do you want to team up with? Monkey Pixie Funk says, no. I am Gary. I am Hippo. I am heavy. I sit on people to stop them, sometimes with deadly consequences. I murder people with my big hippo bum. That's what I do. Call me Gary. Powerful stuff. Monkey Pixie Funk. Killer Kilch, glad you're noticing the sucking up, making up for all the episodes I miss. Absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. No need for the sucking up, but sucking up for anybody, gratefully received. Stuart Seaton, Elvis the Elephant with a stunning quiff and a rhinestone spacesuit. Which makes it seem like it's Elvis as well. So we've got an alien, we've got Elvis, and we've got an elephant. That is a real interesting trifecta. That's the kind of character that you could really build a movie around. Elvis the Elephant with a stunning quiff and a rhinestone spacesuit. Really, really nice. And then we get, in that same kind of Guardians of the Galaxy kind of way, here's your soundtrack that's kind of slightly incongruent with the kind of spacey surroundings. We've just got an elephant. Lord Almighty, feel the temperature spasm. What's going down? Go. And then everyone's like, what? Are we in space? Or are we in Hawaii in the mid-70s? Great stuff. M. Acton, not sure if my musing is allowed. Probably. I'm pretty easygoing with these. It's actually a real ragtag space gang, but I instantly knew mine as soon as he said, so here goes. I would love to be in the Captain EO gang and be besties with Fuzzball, the orange fluffy flying cutie pie. I once watched Captain EO 7 times in one day at Disneyland Paris. So sad it's gone. If you think that we're not going and investigating a little bit further into that, then you don't know me at all. Let's have a look. Back to the Corn Palace. What is this? Captain EO. Captain EO. What is this? Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson? What is going on here? Oh, it's unfilmed in 1986. Interesting. We've got George Lucas here as well. Right, let's 1983 American 3D science fiction short film shown at Disney theme parks from 1986 through 1998. Michael Jackson, George Lucas, and Francis Ford Coppola. Wowzers. I mean, and you watched it how many times? 7 times in one day at Disneyland Paris. 7 times, 17 minutes long. I mean, if that's the gang you want to be a part of, far be it from me to... Who have we got? Cast. Commander Bog, Geek, Major Domo, Narrator. Angelica Houston's in it? Okay, so I need to do some research on this, but that's a great chat. That's a great selection. I broke my collarbone because a large child fell on me. I'd be scared of that hippo. How large are we talking? I was 11, so twice my size. A baby hippo, really. Was the large child called Gary? Sadly, no, Philip. Okay, so a lovely extra little bonus story that we got there. That's wonderful. Points all around, guys. Points all around. And then let's go on with the final round. The musing was, of course, name one destination in the Wild Blank video, where blank is the name of your hometown. Oh, yeah, I copied that, didn't I? So that doesn't... So I'm just going to need to do it again. I am not 23 chat. Oh, is it too loud, Maple Panda? I apologize. Why would that have been too loud? Not sure that makes sense at all. Unless it's just because my microphone is slightly lower, so you've increased the volume. I don't know. Life's too short to try and work that out. Let's get on with the questions here. What was the I in the wild title? There we go. Thank you, Supernash18. I appreciate that. Yeah, we need to get this one back. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll sort it for next time. What was the I in the wild title? Here we go. It was, of course, a dog bone. It was a dog bone for the wild title. I mean, maybe we should watch it again. I don't know. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't, should we? We shouldn't. Well done if you got that one right. That was quite a while previous once I started actually asking the questions. What did the darts and posters Carney have on his forehead? He had a plaster or band-aid, depending on where in the world you live. We call it different things. Just call it different things. Same thing, different names. Number 3. In what decade did the presenter's father find a dead body in Riverview? And it was, of course it was the 1930s, because this was a way back. And so people's parents were alive in the 1930s. And number 4, what donut shop does Piranha Man work in? This one was very tricky. This was Bosa Donuts. Bosa Donuts. If you got that one right, I mean, with all of these, I think there's croc points available. If you didn't get them, if you did get them, then absolutely take the croc points, because these are pretty tricky. The number 5, who is the wrong number telephone call at Snackville Junction for? This one was maybe slightly easier. It was focused on a little bit more than the others. It was Planned Parenthood, the wonderful Planned Parenthood. So yeah, huge well done if you got any of those right. Huge well done. And give yourself some croc points. Let's get on with the musings, though. Name one destination in the wild blank video where the blank is your hometown. Let's see what we've got. Wild Pearly, where on a Sunday, Swiss people go over the border and shop in France, where shops are actually open. That is pretty wild. That is pretty wild to shut down all of your shops on the Sunday. Used to be the case in the UK as well. But gradually, as commercialism has overtaken spiritualism, things have started to open up a bit more. You girls, Sarah Culture, I'm apprehensive to answer this, as it might be a ploy to learn my passwords. I would say don't necessarily use your birth, where you grew up, as a password. You know, there's a lot of different, just use a random thing of letters and numbers. Or what's a good thing is, if we look at for passwords, this is what I do. So we've got a keyboard here. Say you wanted to say your password was Notme, and it wouldn't surprise me for several of you. So it's Notme. Just to mix it up a bit and make it a little bit trickier to guess, just shift it over one. So instead of Notme, everyone's like, oh, they're a fan of that incredible artiste Notme. Just go BIRNW. What does that mean? Nothing, exactly. But it just keeps those hackers off your back. That's a free one. That's a free one for you. Wild Portland says definitely not Judah. They'd go to the Funhouse Lounge and especially check out the Clown Room. Yeah, let's look into it. Okay. Portland. What is it called? Funhouse Lounge. Funhouse Lounge. Oh, there's some lovely images here. Look at that already. Already I love it. Elvis, Muhammad Ali, Freddie, Prince, the People's Princess, Lady Diana on the walls. I don't know who that far left one is, but probably having a great time. Some stages, theatre, beer, music, food, dance, shots, and art. That's my kind of place. Crew. things going on there. That's maybe not. USS Improvise, The Next Generation, the musical. Okay. A lot of cool stuff going on there. Great stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well done, definitely. You girl, Sarah Kilch, it's Wild Houston. What would be in Wild Houston, though, Sarah Kilch? What would be in Wild Houston? What's that part of Houston? What's that location in Houston? You say, Wild Houston would have to go to blank. Maple Panda, boom, got that. Well done. Well done if you got that. That's great. Wild St. Louis, you got to go to the Magic House. The Magic House, St. Louis. St. Louis, what have we got? Oh, St. Louis Children's Museum. Lovely stuff. Real nice. What have we got? Oh, that's a lovely sign. Yeah. Yeah. Some science-looking stuff there. That's great. Uh-huh. Big Lego bricks. Crayola crayons. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Agreed. Agreed, Nana. Great choice. Great choice. TB Douglas, Wild Crystal Palace. Ooh, sounds lovely. They'd visit the Grape and Grain, a dodgy pub that allowed underage drinking and apparently had drug dealers in the toilets. I cannot confirm this claim. I'm not gonna bing it, with all due respect, TB. Underage drinking had drug dealers in the toilets. Gosh, if you're a drug dealer, you should be earning a little bit of money. You wouldn't want to hang out in the toilets too much. Give yourself not that I agree with it, but just give yourself a little bit of, spend your money a bit. Get a van or something. Gosh. Monkey Pixie Funk, Wild Penge, with the number one destination being the Penge Quality Fish Shop with the 94,958,859,393 best fish shop in the world. I didn't realize there were that many fish shops. So maybe that's actually the worst fish shop in the world, which is a shame. But if it's, if it does have the worst fish shop in the world, then maybe that is somewhere that you want to go and visit. Maybe that is just for the spectacle, just to see, oh, hi, can I get some fish, please? And they just slap it on a piece of newspaper with their hand, run it through their hair to get that lovely greasy look. Oh, do you want a fork? Well, this one's not clean, but under the armpit, bosh, there you go. Things like that. You wouldn't want to eat it, but you would want to witness it. Yeah, if you can't be the best, sometimes being the worst is almost as good. Super Nash 18, Wild Beckenham. Sounds lovely. You'd visit the Wimpy restaurant, mysteriously still open after 30 plus years, despite no one ever eating there. A little bit of a haunted house vibe there. A little bit of a haunted Wimpy, maybe. A little haunted Wimpy. With the ghosts rattling around the real china plates. Interesting. Loving these searches. Seriously, go Wimpy. Absolutely, everybody loves Wimpy. While Bromley, they go to the local Weatherspoons, where the toilet is the bar. That's interesting. Weatherspoons. There's a lot of wonderful Weatherspoonses out there in the world, and one where the toilet is the bar is, again, maybe there's questions of sanitariness, but again, for spectacle, you really can't beat that. Who's ordering all those brown derbies though? Well, dodgy plays. Wild Welling, lovely stuff. The spotlight would fall on Fanny on the Hill. Immediately I want to bing it. Officially known as Eat Wickham Open Space, where historically Dick Turpin robbed people and met his lady friends. Fanny. Maybe that was one of their names. Also, the adjacent farm is where Kate Bush grew up, so she almost certainly ran up that hill many a time. To see the actual hill where Kate Bush ran up, thus inspiring her to write so many of her songs. That's really good. Fanny on the Hill. Oh, it's a pub. Okay. I mean, it's not much to look at from the outside. The name suggests things that making promises that the exterior isn't keeping. But so many pubs, you know, they are the sum of what's going on inside, the warm, fanny vibes within. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. So gotta love that bendy sausage thing. Yeah, what is the bendy sausage thing? Wimpy, bendy sausage. What is it? What is it? The rule breaker. Wimpy style bender grill. Okay. Bender in a bun. That's what it was called. Was it called Bender in a bun? Bender in a bun. Wimpy blog. Gosh, there's a blog for pretty much everything. Famed the world over for its genius and its childish movements, and then only getting by asking the waiter for a bender. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Points all round, guys. Points all round. Points all round. Now, you have all the answers, all the points you're going to get, right? Absolutely wrong. We've got one more set of points to go for, and it's the most exciting minute in quiz show history. Minute to win it, guys. Minute to win it. So I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a category. I've written something on the what's it called? Lightbox. I've written something on the lightbox. You need to read my mind to try and work out what is on there. I'm going to give you a category to help you out, so it's not just literally anything, any word or combination of words. We are in June. June is, of course, Pride Month. And therefore, what I am asking from you is to guess or read my mind. Here we go. You can guess as many times as you want. Each guess has to be in its own chat box, its own message. Okay? LGBTQIA plus artists. Any celeb, any artiste, any singer, actor, movie, whatever, artiste, anybody who is LGBTQIA plus. Get them in the chat. Get them in the chat. Gaga, straight off. Gaga, yes. Scissor Sisters, absolutely. Sarah Paulson, Mercury. Enjoy going for not necessarily the full name. Freddie Mercury, Elton John, lovely George Michael, Anthony the Johnsons. Look at all of this. Ellen, Hannah Gadsby, Neymar, Christina McQueen. Couple straight forward. That's not interesting. Jimmy Somerville, Ellen DeGeneres, Matt Lucas, Fortune Graham Norton, Billy Eichner, Years and Years, Brandon Carlisle, Eurasia, Dan Levy, Tom Daly, Taylor Swift, Sam Smith, Billy Porter, Dustin Martin, Tom Allen, Judy Garland. Guys, it could be an L. There's a lot of G's out there. It could be a B, probably a lot of B's, but they don't criticize themselves as much. Is it a T? Probably a Q. Very probably not an I, maybe. Ryland, Portia de Rossi, lovely stuff. Jodie Foster, Whoopi Goldberg. Let these last few come through. Scott Mills, that's a great one. SJBX72, lovely stuff. Raven Simone, Elliot Page, says Stuart Seaton. Beanie Feldstein, not a cartoon character, an actual person. And Madonna, probably, right? Probably. Guys, very excited to say that somebody did get it. But who is it? into socket. Stuart Seaton there, right at the death there. Stuart Seaton coming through, picking up 2 big old bonus points. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful work. Excellent work there, Stuart Seaton. May this bring you a month's worth of luck and have a wonderful Pride Month. My gosh, it gets loud. My gosh, it gets loud and not very dressed. A lot of them do eschew a lot of the protective gears of clothes. Let's go back to Maine. Guys, it was the last second at the absolute death. Well done, Stuart. Well done, well done, well done. Guys, I'm going to try something a little bit new here. I'm going to up the stakes with the results by asking you to put your score in the chat as per usual. And along with that score, I want you to put an emote. Any emote that you like, but make it representative of your performance in some way. You don't need to explain it. Just give me a number and maybe 3 of the same representative emotes. So we can see a visual representation of everyone's scores coming up on the screen. Yeah? And I will say, whilst you do that, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There is no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that is great. Lovely stuff immediately. Yeah, that's great. That's great. This is all working out. This is all working out really, really nicely. 17 for killer. What? 17? How well did you do at that found footage fest thing? That's bananas. 15 for your girl Sarah Kilch, absolutely fantastic as well. Supernash 18, 14, lovely, well done. M Acton 14, excellent. Maple Panda 11, fantastic. I thought these were going to really not do well because of that look close round, but you've all absolutely smashed it. 10 because you missed a round. That's absolutely fine, Nana. You've done very well to do that. Stuart Seaton 16, fabulous. Monkey Pigsy Funk 8, excellent work. Excellent work. I redeemed a round for next week. Did you? Oh, so this is very exciting. This is very exciting. This is a world first, guys. This is a world first. So what TB Douglas has done is spent 10,000 points, drops of imaginosphere, to have a bespoke round for next week. So next week's quiz, we will have 4 rounds. We will have 3 normal rounds, and we will have 1 round on the US version of The Office, as requested by TB Douglas. And this is going to be a tricky round. This is going to be a tricky round. This is a specialist subject round. So if you don't know, if you don't watch it, you're probably not going to get it right. But it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Oh, very exciting. Thank you, TB. That's really good. That's really good. Guys, well done for all your scores. Really, really, as I say, much better than I was anticipating with that look close round. Subsequent look close rounds, we are going to do them again because I do think they're quite fun, but they will be slightly easier. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Thank you for bearing with all of the technical difficulties. I hate Killer Kilch redeemed finding Jesus. Just before we go, let's get Jesus as we're. Yeah, let's do that. I hope you had fun and I hope you learned a little something and felt creative all at the same time. Where are you going on the road trip? Definitely not Duda. I would like to know that. Let's get Jesus. Here he is. Okay, so there he is. There he is. There's Jesus. We're in Leavenworth, heading home now. Fabulous Leavenworth, a fantastic part of the world. to be in. I am not me. I am Art. This is Jesus, and we hope that you will join us next time, same place, where you'll have another opportunity to improve your art through learning and say to yourself, yeah, baby, I am smart. Thank you guys for joining me. Next week will be, quicker and, better and sound. Oh my God, it's going to sound so good. Farewell, guys. Bye-bye and cheers.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though prob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,